after the tone.
Millennia ago, expert navigators crossed thousands of miles of open ocean without compasses. They read the stars and currents. Likely drawn by billowing smoke rising from the sea, to a paradise not found, but shaped. From the mountain peaks to the reef, a culture grew here, rooted in food, dance, language, and community, a people shaped by ocean and fire.
Here is our other world of beauty and adventure. Here in the lovely islands of Hawaii. Islands that seem so far away, and yet lie only 8 short hours westward from the mainland.
So what changed? How did Hawaii become a backdrop, a vacation, a military operation, and to so many, a postcard? Beautiful beaches, picturesque landscapes, incredible weather. When you think of Hawaii, I'm guessing this is pretty close to it. And for decades, travel here has looked just like this. But there's so much more going on here. But I want to take you deeper into Hawaiian culture. If Hawaii was built by navigators, maybe the best way to understand it is to leave the shore. We're setting sail with Uncruise Adventures aboard the Safari Explorer, a 36-guest, US-flagged small boat adventure experience, crewed by professionals passionate about showing the true Hawaii. Join us for a week as this beautiful boat takes us far away from the crowds and resorts, away from the mid-century idea of Hawaiian travel, an unforgettable way to experience the islands. The ocean doesn't care if you're ready. This is Travel Unscripted. Mountains plunge 32,000 feet from the ocean floor, their peaks cresting at the surface, spewing fire and ash mixing with cool water to harmonize into a paradise, still growing. Imagine seeing this for the first time. A dark shape on the horizon, steam rising, red glow against the sky. A new home formed by geological harmony. And there's a word for this harmony: Molokai. The first day of our Hawaiian voyage took us to lava fields on the Kona coast to explore and understand this harmony firsthand. Walking across what feels like the skeleton of this island.
Kind of taking our strolls through the lava fields, which have kind of reclaimed this area, which is kind of a little bit what we were talking about, the land constantly reshaping itself, and which was a pretty big concept with Hawaiians as well.
Its history etched into the bones.
Stone, a black stone, white stone, black stone, white stone, black stone, right? And it would be all over. And you basically just kind of like jump over it, kind of like that Japanese game, Go. Yeah. So it is a famine fruit. Has all the vitamins and minerals you would need, but it smells like a dirty foot. Anyone want to give it a try?
The first thing I noticed was how sharp it was. This isn't soft sand, it's brittle, porous, still warm in some places. These islands are still forming, and standing here, you can feel that.
But this will give you a real nice look at lava tubes. So if you get right on in here, right through here is where that lava was flowing out. A'a and Pohoihoi lava are the two Hawaiian names for it. So A'a, it's kind of like this lava, really jaggedy, lots of air bubbles in it. Doesn't flow quite as nicely. So the Pohoihoi is the lot nicer lava to walk on when you're on the beach.
I kept wondering, how does anything live here? If this looks barren, it's because we're on the dry side of the island. Every island here has two sides, a leeward and windward side. Same island, two completely different climates. And early Hawaiians didn't divide this land into squares. They divided it vertically. from the mountain peak to the ocean, kind of like a pie.
Forest up on top of the mountain, that in-between spot is better for growing certain plants. And then all the way down here at the ocean, this is where you get your fish. So they kind of understood that, no, we need this entire ecosystem. So they said, okay, so for my family, I'm gonna take from the ocean to the top of the mountain, this little slice of land.
Everything you needed from timber to taro to fish was within reach. Land and ocean are part of the same system.
All right, let's go. Everybody hold on.
As you move out to the shore, Molokai doesn't necessarily mean calm. It's constant negotiation. The waves guide you, and it's important not to fight it, but to read it and work with it, to take you where you want to go. Putting distance between you and the finger-like lava tubes extending out to open sea. This boat might as well have a bumper sticker on the back that says "We break for whales," because it is non-stop whale watching for 7 days straight. Whether you're eating, you're on the sun deck enjoying some sunshine, you're gonna see a whale. Either the spouts, its fluke, or breaching its entire body, smacking against the water. The sound is unforgettable. Just remember that you're in a pretty crowded neighborhood of these whales enjoying the same waters you are. Every winter, humpbacks travel thousands of miles from Alaska to Hawaii. On the last episode of Unscripted, we watched them bubble net feed in cold northern waters. Now those same giants are here. These warm, shallow channels, a place to breed, to teach calves, and to sing. Moana, the deep ocean and everything that exists within it. The surface might show you one thing, but depth changes that perspective. The lava looks different underwater. Pockets form, light filters in, life gathers, porous rock becomes shelter, and the reef reshapes the current around it. Everything adjusts to everything else. And Uncruise gives you the chance to explore it all. Maybe the best way to understand this system is to pick up a paddle and see it in a more traditional way. Exploring these waters is a little more difficult for the larger ships than you might think. Scale matters out here, and smaller boats move differently.
The Safari Explorer was built for coming to Hawaii. It was actually designed to work in two areas, coastal California and coastal Hawaii. That's what it was built for.
As we move back to the shoreline, we come closer to the stories.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are off the northern shore of Lanai Island. You might have noticed it's a little bit more calmer here, but just in front of the ship, we're going by a place called Shipwreck Cove. Actually, in Hawaiian, it is Kai Olohia, and it is known for having just a really shallow reef and lots of shipwrecks. And so back in World War II era, they had this big steel concrete fuel freighter barge that used to bring things from the plantations from one island to the other. And after they were done with it, they just said, okay, we are finished. And they just left it ashore. So it is sitting right at about our 11 o'clock.
The same waters that carry us here carried everything else too. Nothing leaves without leaving a story behind. And nature has a way of reclaiming them all. The word for these stories? Mo'olelo.
Everything with Hawaiian culture was holelo, or was spoken word, right? And so they passed it down orally, traditionally, and a lot of times it was actually through their hula. One of the things I've learned from Hawaiian practitioners here is that, it's more of the older generations that kind of love to share their stories and pass things down still, know the weight, of a good story. And I mean, like, for me, I love that as well.
Let's talk some history. To better understand these islands, it's best to get the context of what shaped them. Long before Western ships reached these shores, Polynesian navigators crossed thousands of miles of open ocean, reading swell patterns, tracking stars, and memorizing currents. It was knowledge carried across generations. There's absolutely something mystical that draws things here. But it's important not to overlook the sheer amount of skill these wayfinders had. But it was only a matter of time before another navigator found their way to paradise. In 1778, another ship appeared on the horizon, Captain James Cook. Trade began, and so did disease. Within decades, Hawaii's native population declined dramatically, and the balance shifted.
Fun fact, for those of you that don't know, Lono is the god he thought Captain Cook was when he arrived in the islands for the first time. He got lucky with the season he arrived in second time. That was his fault.
Kamehameha unified the islands in the early 1800s. Foreign weapons, altered warfare, power consolidated, and the Pacific became more than just a highway for voyagers. It was now a corridor for empire. By the late 1800s, American business interests controlled much of Hawaii's economy. Sugar plantations expanded, export flowed steadily to the mainland. In 1893, a group of businessmen supported by U.S. Marines overthrew Queen Liliuokalani. Sanford B. Dole became the head of a provisional government, and 5 years later, in 1898, Hawaii was annexed by the United States, and the monarchy did not return. But Hawaii's history didn't stop there. That natural flow that we talked about places Hawaii at the center of the Pacific and in the midst of military conflict.
On December 7th, 1941, Japan, like its infamous Axis partners, struck first and declared war afterwards.
So much of Hawaii's history is intertwined with military history and oppression. There are still sacred islands unable to be inhabited because of military testing, making it unsafe for people to return to. And Mo'olelo isn't just a story, it's resilience. Preservation wasn't passive, but deliberate and carried forward, but in a different context. In the decades that followed, Hawaii was marketed as a paradise, palm trees, hula skirts, and sunsets, an image easy to understand and easy to consume. Growing up on the mainland, this isn't the Hawaii I learned about. I knew the beaches, I didn't know the layers, and the more I learned, the harder it became to see this place as just scenery. But story gives context, and context changes how you see a place. Mo'olelo makes you move differently. This is where so much of Hawaii's history was covered up. Each island is so different, and getting to travel to most of them by boat, you absolutely feel that. But it wasn't until I woke up on Molokai that I felt the distance from Waikiki.
This is it right here. This is our cure. This is our town. Very small town.
Driving through the slow roads of Molokai, you realize they drive kind of differently here. One hand on the wheel, and the other waving to every single passerby, like family or ohana.
step off any airplane on any island, how much cultures and traditions do you see or get? 0. So if you guys are getting 0 cultures and traditions, then my question to you is, how many of you have ever really seen Hawaii?
This is a traditional welcome ceremony to Halawa Valley. This is Greg. His family has been in Halawa Valley for generations, practitioners of the Hawaiian culture, stewards of the land.
What Halawa Valley is known for is the historical significance that it holds, which is the ancient Hawaiian village which lies underneath this, today known as a rainforest. Yeah, what lies underneath this rainforest is one of the oldest villages in our state of Hawaii.
His father lived in this village when it was taken out by a tsunami. They had such little warning, but knew the ocean well. Everyone here survived the destruction. Greg's father eventually returned to this sacred place, sharing it with wanderers like us.
He worked for the tour industry for a very long time. And what he found out when people came here working for the tour industry was people never really got to see the culture the way we see it. Everybody gets to see the culture through the hotel, to the resort, to the tours, through all the gift shops, sunset rides and luau's, but nobody really gets to see the culture through our personal perspective. He would say, I believe if your culture started just like mine in your home, then why aren't we going to each other's homes to see each other's cultures?
See, unlike the watery stuff you get in a store, it should be like Japanese mochi when it's finished. You can't help yourself, that's not my fault.
Him and his son Davik now take us on a hike, following the trails of his ancestors. That's almost overwhelmingly beautiful, and giving us a window into the sacred culture along the way.
Over it, we didn't see a point in putting a blockade between us and the entity that we are trying to communicate with. Courteous, respectful to other people that you meet. But because it's a common trinket or souvenir, no one really gets the true purpose behind what the lei actually represents.
And a hike in Hawaii wouldn't be complete without a waterfall.
You start to see the culture, the islands, and the traditions to a whole different perspective. The island and the culture through our eyes so that people can love and see and want to protect what we want to protect.
Uncruise Adventures places immense care in cultivating relationships, so guests like us can get these raw cultural experiences.
So Hawaii has always had a really special place, and particularly on Molokai, where, I feel like the spiritual bond with the Hawaiian people and the culture and understanding all the trials and tribulations and the joy that has gone in to Hawaii over, centuries. Many Hawaiians don't even go to Molokai, have never been there. But yet that's our home base. It's about experiential travel. It's not about just sitting by the pool with a Mai Tai in your hand. It's about experiencing the culture, understanding what travails the cultures have had and why that works and what's wrong with it. And so these are just good things for us to know as human beings, and of course, most of all, just have fun.
There is a place I recall he's dancing my home, looking for a brand new star.
On our last night with the Safari Explorer, we were invited to a paina, a gathering with food, music, and dance. This looks different than the ones you've seen at the big resorts. This paina is more like a traditional one. A place to share and exchange stories and feel ohana. Just another peek into the true Hawaii that Molokai is. Growing relationships over the course of a week at sea, you get a feel for the scope of ohana and that extension of family.
But I think the joy about the Safari Explorer, it's really matching up all desires on a given day and what we might have. I mean, you can chill if you want on the boat, but if you're with me, I'm going to be out there.
A full week of pure adventure, from hiking waterfalls and lava fields to ziplining, kayaking, skiff tours, and snorkeling with an entire rainbow of fish. And good luck finding a more comfortable stay while exploring this hard. For years now, Uncruise Adventures has been awarded Hawaii's #1 itinerary by USA Today and Island Magazine. I don't think I've ever learned more while having the absolute time of my life. This story started long before anyone arrived here. Built on its own thousands of years before trade and change. Thanks to the people of Hawaii protecting culture, it's here to stay. Step into it carefully and respectfully, and I promise you, you'll be rewarded. Anyway, sorry I missed you. These past 7 days, cruising around these beautiful Hawaiian islands has helped me gain a new perspective on Hawaiian culture. And mahalo to the wonderful people we met along the way to help us understand it that much more. Hopefully I'd see you on the next Uncruise adventure, but until then, travel unscripted.
Why won't you say nothing at all? Just walk on by. Don't give me your love. Why won't you say nothing at all? Just walk on by. Don't give me your love. I'm tired. God knows I'm tired.
Might have napped too hard.